Okay, eighth grade, I am here in expressions number 4, Google form. You're going to simplify each expression. Okay, you have an expression, you got a multiple choice selection here. We got to choose the correct simplified expression. And so I have a note here that it would be a good idea to copy down each problem on your paper and then use shapes to combine the like terms like I've taught you to do. Let's start talking about number 4 right here. I see parentheses, and anytime I see parentheses, I know that I should eliminate the parentheses by using the distributive property. And the distributive property tells me that this number outside of the parentheses, I'm going to multiply that number by each term inside the parentheses. And I taught you in the distributive property video to use the rainbow to show the multiplication. And so that looks like this: 4 times this term, and this term is negative m. So what's 4 times negative m? Well, that would be negative 4m. Then I multiplied this term not just by this term, but also the other term inside the parenthesis, right? This term outside the parentheses gets multiplied by each term inside the parentheses. And so this would be 4 times 5. Is that correct? Is this number 5 right here? No, it's not 5. It is negative 5. Remember, the sign before the term always travels with the term. And so this is not 5. This is negative 5. So I have 4 times negative 5. Well, 4 times negative 5, that would be negative 20. Now, do I distribute the 4 to these terms outside the parentheses? No, I only distribute the 4 to the terms inside the parentheses. And so what happens to these terms outside the parentheses? They just get brought down. So bring them down to this expression. So I still have a minus 2, and I still have a plus m. From this point, after I eliminate the parentheses, next I'm going to look for like terms, combine like terms. And so I see here a negative 4m. I'm going to put it in a box, and I see a positive m. I'm going to put it in a box. These are like terms. Why are they like terms? Well, they have the same variable, same letter, m, and they have the same exponent. You may say, I don't see the exponent. And you'd be right, you don't see it. But when you don't see the exponent, it is 1. It's just an invisible 1 right here. We could say this is m to the first, and this is negative 4m to the first. But when the exponent's not 1, we don't need to write it. It's understood to be there in mathematics. So what is negative 4m plus m? Negative 3m, right? Remember, when you are combining like terms, you are adding them. And so, of course, I need to use my add rules. If this is a negative term and this is a positive term, I would not say same signs add. I would say different signs subtract, keep the big guy. And so the big guy here is negative, so my term is negative. After I combine my m to the first terms, next I want to combine my constants. So I have a constant negative 20. I'm going to put it in a circle. And I have a constant negative 2. I'm going to put it in a circle. These are constants because they have no variable. And so what is negative 20 and negative 2? Well, here I would say same signs, add, keep the sign. So same signs, add, keep the sign. That would be negative 22. So I have negative 3m minus 22. Are these like terms? No, they're not, right? This has an m in it. This has no m. This is my final simplified expression. And so I'll look through the list and choose the answer that has negative 3m minus 22. Now for number 6 and 7, it says evaluate, 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 evaluate. So your answer should be a value, a number. It should not have a letter in it, because what we're saying here is that these letters are equal to some number. So A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4, C is equal to 6, D is equal to 2. So what I will do is I will set up the problem. I will plug in these values for the variable, and then I'll follow order of operations to get a value or some number that this expression is equal to. Same thing here in number 7. I am told that x is 3 and y is 3. Now, when you plug in x right here, you're going to have 3 to the 4th power, okay? Now, this does not mean 3 times 4. It does not mean 3 times 4. This means 3 is multiplied by itself, or 3 is a factor this many times. So this would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, and you can figure out what that is. Now, again, don't forget about this part right here, okay? you still have to do 4 plus y minus 2. And of course, you're going to plug the 3 in for y right there to evaluate the expression. Okay, let's talk about number 12 right here. Okay, we'll finish with this one. This is the last one on the page. So I'm going to look for parentheses. Do I see parentheses? Nope. So I don't need to use the distributive property. Next, I look for like terms. Do I have like terms? Yes, I do. This term right here is a y squared term. It's a positive 18y squared. And this term right here is a negative 24y squared. I'm going to put them in the same shape because they are like terms. They have the same variable y and the same exponent 2. They are both y squared terms. So what I got to do is add their coefficients. Again, the coefficient is the number before the letter, the number being multiplied by the variable. So this is a positive 18, and this is a negative 24. So if I combine them, if I add them, I got to use my add rules. Same signs I would add and keep the sign, but these have different signs. So I'm going to subtract and keep the big guy. So if I subtract and keep the big guy, I get negative 6, and I keep the variable, keep the exponent. So negative 6y squared. Next, I'm going to add my y to the first term. So I have 14y and negative 4y, or just 14 minus 4y. That would be positive 10y. Okay, this is my simplified expression. These terms cannot be combined. They have the same variable y, but they have different exponents, right? This exponent is 2. This exponent is your invisible 1. And so this right here is your simplified expression. That's the option that you will choose in the list.